I'm Ezelle from the upcoming It's Lovely to Meet You. Congratulations on this fantastic series.
Thank you. So lovely to meet you too.
So perhaps you could start by sort of telling us a bit about your role in Bad Monkey and what it was that kind of appealed to you about the script when you first saw it.
I play Rosa on Bad Monkey. And one of the things I loved when I received this character is that, we have so much in common. I am from South Florida. I'm Cuban American. I was born in Miami. So I was able to bring a lot of my culture, a lot of my vibe and essence to this role and use my native accent and use words and phrases and things that aren't very common in other places other than Miami. Very original to Miami.
And obviously, your character is works in a mortuary, and you do things like eating in there, and then you help yourself to someone's clothes, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. But did you kind of speak to anyone that works in a mortuary? Because I imagine this happens quite regularly. It's with people that work there and sort of get a bit of a vibe about what it would be like to be in that real life situation.
Yeah, I mean, preparing for this role, and one of the lovely things is that we on set had an actual coroner, so she was able to help me and guide me on kind of like the procedures and the order of operation, the way that things happen and the way that things go, and it's kind of, as someone who, obviously it's not my profession to throw yourself into someone else's and think, wow, like how would I be if I had to wake up every day and work on people who have been murdered, people who have drowned, people who have gone through things and figure things out. And, it becomes a normal thing. And it's kind of crazy to think being on the outside of it, being like, how can that become normal? And it kind of just does. For them, it's a job, and you have to kind of separate that. And when you meet Rosa in this series, I think she's having a hard time with that. I think at first, she loved her job, and they serve such a great purpose. I mean, when things kind of happen, you need to figure out what, and it solves cases, and it really helps people have closure and figure out, what happened to their loved ones. But it also weighs on you. Like the certain cases that come through those doors sometimes can be a little intense. So we find her in a place where she's not so happy in her job anymore. And then, Yancy, who's played by Vince Vaughn, comes in with this case and gives her kind of a whole new, fresh kind of energy that she needed.
And obviously, what was it like working with Vince Vaughn in that role, Johnny? Because, I mean, he's very funny,
Yeah.
as we all know, but also you have these serious moments, and there's kind of romance that grows kind of between you as well in this. So there's different layers to your relationship. What's that like being on set with him?
One of the things that I was really excited about doing this project was that I got to go head to head with Vince Vaughn, who I find to be one of the greatest, brilliant comedic actors of our time. I mean, the things that he's created have been cult classics, and he's just such a phenomenon the way his brain works. So I was able to be with him in scenes and watch him kind of deliver these things, and how he just comes up and improvises with things in the moment was really kind of amazing to watch, and it was something that I definitely took notes.
And what's it like, obviously, being in Florida Keys? I mean, it's an amazing setting, but also there must have been some really standout and amazing moments on set. Was there anything that you can kind of think of that stood out for you?
Shooting Bad Monkey was so great in so many ways. I mean, being able to be back home, on and off set, I was able to have, family and friends come visit, which I don't get that opportunity that much. And then I was able to, be with family and friends during lunch. And it was amazing for me to work and being in South Florida, but also the fact that South Florida played a character on this show. So when we were in these locations, we're in the Everglades in an alligator infested water, and you have these alligator wranglers, and they're bringing up snakes, and they're bringing up all these animals, and you get to see and play with them and kind of be immersed in that kind of culture, which I think, is not that common. It's a very particular. Miami and South Florida and the Everglades and the Key West are just such particular amazing places that you don't find anywhere else. Not only did it play such an amazing part in our show, and it gave it such authenticity, but yeah, on set we got to, really be immersed into it and enjoy it. I mean, we were in the beach. Imagine me being able to take a swim right afterward. It's truly, truly amazing.
Oh, listen, thank you so much. It sounds amazing, and the series is brilliant. So I hope everyone enjoys it as much as I did. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you, Natalie.